Hello everyone, my name is Alexis Zacharias, and today I will be talking about canine parvovirus. So first, we will talk about what is canine parvovirus. It is also known as canine parvovirus 2, or CPV2, and it is a highly contagious virus, mainly affecting dogs' gastrointestinal tracts. It is a eukaryotic virus, which classification is protoparvovirus. Its family is Parvoviridae, and its kingdom is Shotoku-virae. We will now go on to talk about the cell structure. Parva means small in Latin, which means that this is relatively a small cell. It is a non-enveloped DNA, single-stranded, with approximately 5,000 nucleotides. It has two open reading frames, which are NS1, NS2, VP1, and VP2, which are non-structural proteins and structural proteins. NS1 is needed in viral replication, and it is responsible for cell apoptosis, which is cell death. VP2 is a major capsid protein and determines host range. Now we will talk about replication and reproduction. Parvoviruses lack the ability to induce cells into their DNA replication stage. This is called the S phase. They must wait in the nucleus until the host cell enters the S phase on its own. This makes the cell population divide rapidly, but mostly the fetal cells. Adeno-associated viruses, AAV, are dependent on helper viruses, such as adenovirus and herpes virus. This is because co-infection alters the cellular environment to allow for replication. Infected cells that enter the S phase are forced to synthesize viral DNA, and they cannot leave the S phase. Parvoviruses establish replication foci in the nucleus, and they grow progressively larger as the infection progresses. Parvovirus reproduces by co-opting. Co-opting is using host cell proteins to complete their cycle. This causes cytotoxic effects. Now we will talk about where this virus is found and how is it transmitted. As scary as it is found everywhere. It can be found on lawns, inside homes, kennels, dog parks, pet stores, and much, much more. It is mostly found in animal shelters. It is not airborne, but can be transmitted by dog-to-dog contact or contact with contaminated feces, environments, or people. Number 5. Who is affected by parvovirus? Unvaccinated dogs and puppies that are just younger than 4 months old are very prone to getting this virus. With or without a vaccine, any dog could get parvovirus. Adult dogs must have their booster vaccine every 1 to 3 years. Now we will talk about how this affects dogs and puppies. This can affect dogs and puppies in such horrible ways. As said in the beginning, it affects the gastrointestinal tract. This can cause lethargy, vomiting blood, severe bloody diarrhea, dehydration, fever, anorexia, and the most often, death. We will lastly talk about the treatment for parvovirus. As sad as it is, there is no cure for this virus, but dogs can undergo some treatment. They can correct dehydration and electrolyte imbalances by intravenous fluids, IVs. They are also given antibiotics to prevent or control septicemia, which is sepsis. And they can be given antibiotics to prevent vomiting. Here are some facts about parvovirus. It can survive in extreme temperatures, no matter how hot or how cold, which makes it impossible to kill since it is found everywhere. Some strains can even infect cats. Just always remember to stay up to date with your buddy's shots to keep them safe from this horrible virus.